Faith leads to continual hope. You see, hope will never run out in your life if there is even a flicker of faith left, which is why we're told in our scripture, even when there was no reason for hope, Abraham kept hoping. And we kind of question, like, why? Why would Abraham keep hoping when there was no reason for hope? And it's because Abraham reached the conclusion that as long as there is a God, there is a reason for hope. I look at that in this passage, and I find that deeply comforting in a world that doesn't always have a whole lot of hope. I look at the last couple of weeks and how challenging that can be just as a Christian to get through, and this sort of passage reminds me to not move towards cynicism, but to always remain hopeful for this world and for what God is going to do in this world. You know, I came across a quote that I really enjoyed that speaks to this. We'll get it on the screen. It's by Caroline Adams, and she says this: "You are on a path, and from here you can only go forward." Meaning there's no point looking back, there's no point trying to change the past. We're on a path of life, and we can only go forward. Shaping your life story into a magnificent tale of triumph, of healing, of courage, of beauty, of wisdom, of power, of dignity, and of love. I like that because it reminds us that we all are on this path of life, this life that's only heading in one direction, and there's always a reason to be hopeful for where that path is headed because there is a God in this world. As long as there's a God, there is a reason for hope. There's a reason to hope that your story, even if it's not great right now, will be a story of love and of dignity and of courage and of grace, all those things listed in the quote. You may not be experiencing that today or in this moment, but we have hope because of God, the God who's going to work in your life and who will move you towards these truths and not maybe the truth that we are experiencing right now or today. And so we look at this passage and we see Abraham as this example of faithfulness. He set this high bar of being fully convinced about who God was in our world. And we may not be there quite yet or even today, but we're on a path. And God is moving us forward on that path. And so I hope you leave here today recognizing that God is here, that God is with you, and that there's always, always, always reason for hope on your journey.